Hi, I'm Sam, and this is Slow Snail Stitching. Welcome or welcome back to my Flosstube. It is super exciting to have everybody here. This is what I'm going to call a Flosstube Extra because today we are going to go over my 2026 plans, goals, aspirations. If you've been keeping up with my Flossmas videos, you will know that I struggle with plans, but I've written these down in the cross stitch journal, and so therefore I really should try to keep them. Also, if you are new here, I am doing a no buy. It started at December 1st of 2025, and I'm going to take it through, I think, December 1st of 2026, or if I'm really feeling like motivated, then I will take it through the end of 2026. What that means is I've had to really start thinking about looking inward and shopping my own stash and making do with what we've got, right? So I have compiled some stuff here for us to look at today. We are really in that sweet spot between Christmas and New Year's. I love this time of year. I really consider it like a week of almost like a sacred time for me, where it's like there's resting, there's resetting, there's goals that are happening. There's a lot of like internal reflection of like what's happened in the past year and what I'd like to achieve in the following year. I get a lot of energy from this time of year, and I know that I am a very lucky person, that this is not a time of year that everybody loves, but for me, it's something about that, turning a new page and getting a new year started. It, to me, feels very exciting. I try not to make arbitrary goals when it comes to the new year, which is why I really am taking this seriously. I never want to be one of those people who are like, new year, new me. It's not a new me. I've been the same me for many years now, and I am happy with me, but I would like for me to do some things this year and to accomplish some stuff. So, without rambling any further, let's dig in to my 2026 goals. Okay, getting started, my first goal this year is going to be to work on the Black Forest Sal, or Schwartzvald, by Owl Forest Embroidery. I started this the day after Christmas, and I do think I want to make it a focus piece this year. This is a large piece. Maybe not for some folks' standards, but for mine, it's pretty big. I did the math, and if I work on this and put about, I think it's like 65 something stitches in a day, then I can have it finished by the end of the year. I think I will be able to put more than 65 stitches a day in it. Honestly, my goal would be somewhere between 100 and 200. However, I'm not going to stress myself out and burn myself out on working on this project. I like it too much to do that. So if I start to feel that way, I will just revert right back down to like 65 stitches a day. On days I feel like doing more, I will do more. But so far, I'm loving this. I'm so excited to get my favorite green in there. So yeah, I will be working on this. This will be a piece you will see over and over this year, as it will be a focus piece for me for 2026. Let's see. One of my next plans for the year is I need a new year, new start. I think people did they tried to finish a full piece in January. I forget the name of that challenge, but I won't be able to do that. Not that I won't be able to, I just won't do it. So I decided that my new year, new pattern or new start is going to be Passages by Shaded Stitchery. I have mentioned this in the past that I'm going to do something a little different than the bookmarks for these. So let me show you what my idea is, and you'll have to like bear with my like shoddily drawn plan here. I don't want a bookmark. I will not use it as a bookmark. Surprise, surprise, I don't use bookmarks, girl. I just shut that book, and then I like let myself search for where I was at the very next day. I feel like that's chaotic behavior, but it is what it is. Sometimes if I have like a receipt or something next to my desk, I'll like stick it in there. But for the most part, I will not use a bookmark. But I love this too much to like not stitch it. So what I want to do is almost like a triptych. So this is all gonna be on one piece of fabric, but I want to do the middle main piece here, And then I'm going to take this smaller mini bookmark and I want to like mirror it on either side. So again, shoddy drawing here, but just my idea of like getting the spacing right. This is super exciting to me. I love this pattern. Let's take a look at it again. Just imagine, doop. They have stitched it on a like dark blue Mill Hill perforated paper. I decided I was going to stitch mine on Smooth Sailing by Roxy Floss. This is a gorgeous blue. I'm going to do it, it's an Ada, so we'll be using this or stitching this on Ada. And yeah, I think it's going to be perfect for this project. So this will be my new year, new start that I have gotten planned. Let's see which my stuff just fell. Nothing can be easy, can it? All right. My next plan for the year is going to be the Wheel of the Year pattern. I started this on Yule, and my plan is to stitch each different piece as the celebration comes up. So this is coming out of the Magikal cross stitch book. This one right here. And let's take a look at it. So as you can see, if you have never seen the Wheel of the Year before, this is a, like, I don't want to call it like a pagan symbol, but if you look it up, you'll catch a lot of different pagan imagery with it, because what it is all the different pagan celebrations of the year, whether that is like different solstices or equinox, that is what it is representing. So you've got a wagon wheel kind of like section that is representing each of those celebrations or times of year. It starts with Yule and it goes all the way around. So we have like Beltane, Midsummer, Lammas, Maybone. There's a bunch of them. I'm gonna butcher some of the pronunciations of them probably, but as each celebration happens, I will stitch the corresponding section, spoke. And I've already started this, so it's not like it is a new start, but it is something I want to keep up with this year. So I've gotten the Yule section done. I'm stitching this on a 32 count Night Sky by Fiber on a Whim. And I think it'll be just like a fun little way to like keep up with like the different turnings of the seasons. Actually, from the same book, another start I want to do sometime this spring, maybe in February or March, is the Green Man pattern out of the same book right here. I love this pattern. It feels very spring appropriate to me. I will say that I don't really enjoy like the spring holidays and all of like the different stuff going on. Like the Easter pastels and stuff just gross me out a little bit aesthetically. I don't like it very much, so I would rather find other spring patterns that actually excite me. This feels like a good one for me. Next thing I have planned as a start for next year is one of the Prairie Fairies by Prairie Schooler Samplers. Specifically the snail one. So I don't know, this will be a spring start. Again, I am searching for spring motifs that will make me feel excited about that season, a season I am traditionally very unexcited about. All of those though are really cute. I could see myself stitching more than one of those. Prairie Schoolers are just, I don't want to say like what's an easy stitch, but they are like more block stitching, less color changes. I really enjoy stitching a Prairie Schooler. I don't always love the it's funny, I own a lot of Prairie Schoolers, but I don't always love the imagery. It's not always my aesthetic, but there are some pieces where I'm like, they nailed that. Also very sorry about the glare here, but you can see There's so many cute ones here. I like this little frog one. I just like them all. So I'll start with the snail. If I get going and I really enjoy it, maybe I will stitch another one from that book. The next thing I want to focus on this year is my full moon start. So last year I started something for the full moon, just something to stitch on every time the full moon comes around. And I was really horrible about like remembering to pull it out. So this year I'm committing to doing it. And the piece I started for that is Dark Gold Delicious by the Artsy Housewife. And I've got just a miserably small start on it. This is like one full moon sometime last year. I don't know what I stitched this on. Luckily we have the book here. So let's see, friends. This is stitched on, oh, do I not have it? Y'all. It's not in the book. It is in the book. I was like, how could it not be in the book? This is stitched on a Heather by Fiber on Whim. It's a 20 count Ada. So I am committing to stitching on this. I think the next full moon is actually January 3rd. So I have gone ahead and gone through my daily hobby tracker and I have marked the full moon to make sure that I remember to pull this out. It's too pretty not to, and it's also got a lot of flosses with it that I want to make sure I am using. This is the full coloring cotton conversion for this. I think they've got it listed, the conversion, on their website. But yeah, I want to make sure I make progress on this year because these are too pretty to just let linger in a bag. Okay, next thing I am planning to do this year, which is, I feel like this is similar to Whip Go, but I've got to do it my own way. I feel like Whip Go stresses me out, all the rules of it. I don't even know if there's that many rules, but in my mind there's a lot of rules to Whip Go, and so right now that feels too intimidating for me. But I know that the whole purpose of Whip Go is to make sure that you are stitching on whips that maybe you wouldn't normally pull out. My version of this is gonna be called Wild Card Wednesdays, and I have written down each and every pattern that I have already started, and I have got them now in a little jar. Wild Cards Wednesdays is where I'm gonna pull one out. I'm gonna get 200 cross stitches done on that project. Once I pull it out, I've decided I'm not gonna put it back in the jar immediately. I'm just gonna put it maybe in a separate jar. We're gonna go back and forth between jars. And so I'll pull it out. So maybe I work on Dark Gold Delicious outside of a full moon, and I put it in the other jar, and I kind of go through this process until I've touched all my whips. Then maybe I switch the jars, and then we start over, and it's just Wild Card Wednesday. That way it keeps it kind of fresh, because I do have some projects I'll be focusing on this year, and I want to make sure I am touching everything. Is the one thing that I have not been great about at the latter part of this year is pulling out my different whips. So you'll kind of hear a theme here. There's going to be some focus on making sure that there's certain whips that I am picking back up to work on. Next thing, I'm really excited about this. It is my Christmas in July plans. I have not done Christmas in July yet, and I don't know if it's more because I'm a seasonal stitcher and Christmas just feels like so far away in July, because it is. But I have got 2 projects that I want to work on, and I feel like I'm like cheating the system here because I figured it out. I figured out the secret sauce, and guess what that is? It's nautical Santas, okay? So here's my Christmas in July plans. I kept talking about this during Flossmas. I want to stitch the 1992 Prairie Schooler Santa. However, it's past Christmas time, and I feel like it's not time for me to start this now, even though I want to. I love him. Look, he's just a little New England Santa with all of his like his little lobsters and his fish. This would be perfect to stitch in the summer. This is perfect. Perfect. Okay, so watch what I'm gonna do here. Then we're gonna move from that to Seas and Greetings by Ink Circles. Nautical Christmas, baby. Later on in life, everyone's gonna be like, why do you have so much like nautical Christmas? doesn't really feel like your vibe. And I'm like, yes, it's because I stitched on stuff in July and this is the only way I knew how to do it. So, season greetings. Love this. I see people stitch on this and every time I see it, I'm like, I like that pattern so much. It's like one of those where it's like definitely Christmas, but if you weren't looking for Christmas, I don't know if you would see it. Is this my way of like hyping myself up to keep this out year round? Maybe. I don't know. But this is my Christmas in July plans. Love a little nautical themed Santa Claus. We continue. The next kind of section of this is we're actually wrapping up. Here is my just loose plans. These don't have a date, these don't have a time, but this is stuff I'd like to do this year. First and foremost, I know I'm going to have a birthday start and I don't know when that's going to be. So I do know I'll have a new birthday start. I'll want to get something exciting and fun. I also know that I'll probably get gift cards for my birthday for, you know, I'll probably end up asking for either like Etsy gift cards or gift cards to like Top Knot Stitcher or Lindy Stitches, like, because by September, I'm excited about all my stash right now, but maybe I won't be by then. So I'm going to say to be determined for a birthday start. Another thing I want to get started this year is Swan by Carriage House Samplings. I talked about this in my physical pattern parade, but I'm sorry, I'm obsessed with this. This is designed by Kathy Barrick. And I think I say that, I never know. Hold on, let's look. It's either Kathy or Marty. I can't play favorites, but it's a Carriage House Samplings pattern. Maybe you can see without the glare. Oh, even better. Y'all, look at this. I'm obsessed with this. I love the pattern. I love the colors. It'll be interesting because I historically have done big color conversions when it comes to some of these projects. Because I'll pull the flosses and it won't reflect what we see here. So I don't know, like it makes me wonder, for example, is this really gonna be like a lavendery gray color or is this gonna be like white, you know? So I want to start this sometime this year. I know Cam the Stitcher, she was like, hey, I'm gonna get this pattern. I was like, let's do it together. So I'll talk to her and see if she really wants to buddy up and get this started. But everything about this is gorgeous. I love the moon and the flowers. I like the little poem right here. So we will get this started at some point in time this year. This might be like a I feel sad and I need something to breathe life back into me. That might be that kind of start. I definitely want to participate in the Strawberry Moon South. I feel like that has grown a life of its own and it's just something we all do now. When I was looking through my patterns, I do have quite a few strawberry patterns, but I think maybe this is what I'm leaning towards. Look at those little weird triangle strawberries on there. This is Sheepish Designs, Birds and Berries. It's just a funky little sampler, which I'm feeling it. I'm into that. So this is a contender. I think I also have an Artsy Housewife pattern that has berries in it, but we'll see what I'm feeling come time. Other starts that I want, not just want, this next one is a need. I need this start in my life so I can hang it on my funky colored house wall. I don't know when I'm going to start it, but I am going to start it, and that is Life in Full Bloom. I mean, it's by the Cozy DH. They have a shop on Etsy, and I'm just like, y'all don't want to see me stare at this, but like all I want to do is stare at this. Look at this neon funky bright colored house. I'm obsessed. I have the black Ada, and let me tell you, I will hoard this black Ada just for this project. Like, I want this badly on my wall. And so who knows when I will start it. It's not even that big. It's like 112 high by 112 wide. So a nice little square. Obsessed. This is what I'm definitely gonna be starting. other pattern I'm going to start is the January Airmail by Lindsay Stitches. I don't have a physical copy. I have a digital copy of this pattern, so here it is. It's just like a cute little cool colored quail. I think it's a quail. On the same vein, this one's gonna be a little hard to show because it is the pattern. This is from the 2025 Nashville Newark Marketplace Cookbook. If you don't buy these, they're fantastic for smalls. They've got tons of different like projects in them and a bunch of recipes. But the one I want to do is actually Lindsay Stitches, and I'm going to hold it back way far back so you can't really get it. But it's called Coffee Break, and again, it's these little quails and some coffee. It's very small. This will be like a start and finish, I think, or maybe like a 2-day project. Nothing else to say about this. I like the colors. I'm really feeling like the light blues and like taupey browns right now. I don't know. Last thing I want to work on this year, and I have to make progress on this. I refuse to give up, but I don't want to. I don't want to work on this. It's all because of these flosses right here. You're probably like, these are gorgeous, and they are. That's the thing. And as I'm sitting here touching them right now, they don't feel bad. But these are the Mrs. Sadis silks. And if for some reason Mrs. Sadis, whomever she is watching, these are gorgeous. And I want you to fast forward for at least 30 seconds so you don't have to hear the rest of what I got to say. These are the crunchiest damn silks I have ever used in my entire life. I usually like to sit here and pet silks. There is something about these that as I am using them, give me the heebie-jeebies. It feels like nails on a chalkboard. They are just unpleasant to use. And I have sensory issues. So you know what? For the average non-sensory issue person, these might be fine. You might have a great time with these. If you have got any type of like sensory issues, this right here is a little troublesome, which it's a shame because look at these greens. Y'all know I've got a thing for like a lime green, a limey, slimy green. Look at these colors. They are gorgeous. I can't say it enough. These are gorgeous silks visually. Tactile wise, it's not for me. However, I purchased a whole, obviously this is a whole conversion for Black House by the Long Dog Sampler, or by Long Dog Samplers. I've got a sad little corner start on this. Okay. However, I love this pattern, and look at the colors on here. God, it looks so good. I need to just, I don't know, get myself together and just stitch on it. It's really what I need to do. Also, I'm really sorry if you can hear like a leaf blower outside. Somebody be out there blowing leaves. This piece it's a memorial piece for my dog Moo, who passed away over a year ago now. And I don't know. I love the piece. I want to finish it because it's got sentimental value for me. But I'm going to need a kick in the butt to do that. And so I've decided that on the 23rd each month, which is the day she passed on August 23rd, I'm going to stitch on this. I saw that there's other floss tubers that'll do like Christmas stuff, like on the 25th of each month or 24th of each month. They'll like pull out a Christmas project. For me, I don't want to do Christmas all year round. I'm not trying to make progress on any like Christmas stuff, but I am trying to make progress on this. So on the 23rd each month, I'm going to put my big girl pants on. I'm going to like grip my teeth, and we're going to get 200 stitches in on the sampler. I have got a new type of thread gloss that I want to try that might make this a little bit more bearable. I was using the Ponderosa one, but I feel like it was tinting my floss like a yellowy color because it's made with beeswax. I was watching Beck Stitches Everything, and she was talking about thread magic, and it's like clear and there's no tinting. So I got some of that, and I'm hoping that that is going to help. I actually used it a little bit yesterday and slid a piece of floss through, and it was like gliding, and I'm really hoping it's going to be the case with this. These are too pretty to waste. This project is too sentimental and beautiful for me to not stitch on. So there we are, friends. That's enough plans and aspirations and goals for me. If I can keep to half of these, I will be a happy camper. I really, though, I want to commit to doing it. I hate being a person who makes goals and then doesn't keep them. So again, none of these feel very arbitrary to me. These all feel like pretty concrete and ones that I think that I can commit to. And if you see me not committing, you should call me out. You should be like, hey, I'm watching you. And I'll be like, I know. All right, that's it, y'all. Thanks for sticking with me through this. I would love to hear what your plans and goals are for the new year. If there's any of the projects that I'm working on that you're like, hey, let's do this together, let's do it together. Like, let's buddy up and do a buddy stitch, because I may need somebody to keep me accountable for some of this. And there's nothing that keeps me more accountable than having friends do it with me. So thanks, guys. I will talk to you soon, and have a great day, week, rest of your year. Bye.